NSC Fan TV. I'm here with Aaron here after the opening of the castle. We got to see a training session. We got to do a little tour. Aaron, tell me what we saw. First off, tell me about the castle.
I mean, to be here and see it real is awesome. I walked around the stadium trying to get as good of looks as I could, and I think I was just smiling the whole time. So it's something. I can't wait for 30,000 people to be here and to be chanting and singing and all that. It's going to be a hell of a day.
Yeah, so May 1st is going to be incredible, especially the developing grudge match with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So pretty great stadium. So we also watched a training session, and you have opinions about the training session. Tell us.
Well, just from a curiosity standpoint, it's interesting to see an MLS training session in action. But
first time for me too.
It's got to see some interesting things, and I was looking at Loba a couple times, and
you have opinions?
I mean, he looks a player. Certainly, he can finish. When they were doing the finishing drill, he had some great moves and all that. When we were doing more of the larger team, like 8-on-8 or whatever it was, he looked okay. I think he was actually being used, I think, a little bit more on the wings than being in the center forward role. But he still right now looks like to be in that B team slot versus the A team guys, which I think at least next week it looked like at the end there they were in the first team and we're still doing that back five. I don't hate it, but certainly I think it's if we're going to see more of Loba, I think he's going to be more used on the wings, and seeing him in person, he's not as tall as CJ, so CJ is going to be your more target forward guy that's going to be able to hold up the ball, and I think Gary likes that in that sort of player. So if we do see Loba and CJ at the same time, I think it's going to be as Loba as a winger,
a little wider for Loba. And so that front three is kind of hard to break into. Clearly, we've got Bunbury. We didn't see him on the field today. We saw Zubak. I thought that he had a nice bit of play today. Scored a goal towards the end there.
Loba assisted that one too.
Loba assisted on that. Yeah, I think you're right. And so and on top of all of that, so tell me about what you saw from the defenders. Got to see a lot of defenders get a lot of play today.
Yeah, seeing the guys we drafted, like what was
Longmire,
out there. So it's interesting to see some of the guys going up against the starting attackers, and it was good to see that they rotated in and out. So from a just purely coaching perspective, that's interesting to see. I mean, you talk about this first team, and it's hard to break in everywhere, really. The only real sort of spots that I think it's easier is on left back and right back. Those are the only two real.
Yeah, the backs seem to be some places where we can have some movement, but yeah, centrally it looks like it's pretty stable. And we've got some great backups that can really step in there. So even on the second level there, looks like it's sort of hard to climb.
Yeah, and I think we still need a right back. That's not Eric Miller. I mean, Eric Miller had some great stops and last-ditch defending, but again, I still think he's more of a center back than he is a right back. But
so yeah, a long-standing agreement between me and Drew is that Eric Miller just doesn't look fast, and so part of the issue here is like playing him wide puts him in a little bit more danger there. But he has been able to cover some ground pretty effectively.
Yeah. I mean, he's an athlete, and at this level, you have to be at least somewhat athletic to compete and play. So. I think at the end of the day, I'm still looking for somebody to come in as a right back, and in my dream world, it's like Shaq Moore, Reggie Cannon from the U.S. Men's National Team, because those are the kinds of players that would be really helpful to get up and down on the right side and help if we're going to go to the back four. But again, I think the way we're doing it right now with a back five is probably going to be the way that we go for a little bit until something else changes.
So what's funny is that as we discuss Gary Ball, for the most part, we do talk about the back defenders, don't we? So any other takeaways from today?
The beer prices, gotta say, not great.
But the sizes were good because the beer came in as my favorite, large.
Yeah, large. Still, the wallet for the average fan, we were hoping for $5 beers. It's looking like a pipe dream at this point.
Yeah, $5 beers if they only come about that big. You bring like a little cup for that.
Yeah. The other thing I was excited about as far as food was the one thing I was worried about was ice cream. I need ice cream. I have a halftime tradition of getting ice cream, and there's an ice cream place over there, so it's this place is just
Ooh, there's ice cream.
Exactly. That's literally my life would have been ruined without that. So I'm a simple man. I need ice cream at halftime. That's all I need. But
we need ice cream at halftime, Aaron. NSC Fan TV. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.